soul food. Well, well, good old-fashioned soul food. Alright. Shout out to Goody Mob. That's soul food from the Soul Food Goody Mob album, Where the Good Die Young. Okay, so it seems as though Miss Felicia will live to cook another week in the house.
Hands in the air for all those who want to be sitting in front of some chitlins, black-eyed peas, greens, some fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, and egg pie. I won't let you.
I'm in.
You're in?
America's like, I'm out.
I'm out. Okay, that's all we needed.
And guess what? Miss Felicia was actually cooking last night, and I don't think she's aware of any of this because she said, you know what? I live with 16 people. If it's my time to go, then it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure, Miss Felicia, but guess what?
But wait, there's more.
You have more game to play, homie. And you know what? They were all the guys, you know, Jack, Cam, Matt, and Blue, and America. They were weighing the odds. Like, what are the pros and cons of keeping Mimi or Felicia? So, what are the pros and cons?
Yeah. So, for the record.
Who cooked? Because he shut me down earlier, and I said, okay.
Corey made great points.
Cooked downstairs.
He left here to go cook, and then he came back and finished cooking up here.
I'm eating what he cooked downstairs. He's eating what he cooked upstairs.
You do what I tell you to do.
But I do, like, seriously, when it comes to the juries.
What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
all the shit that put together equates in the jury house.
And truthfully,
Her not being there, Felicia being in the jury house, it would suck, but how about we don't go to jury?
Felicia and get rid of Mimi. That's
Yeah.
what he was saying, and that's essentially what we're saying. It's like we have the votes that we need in order to do that, as long as we're all down for that.
I mean, I'm down. We sort of briefly talked about it this morning.
Don't talk about it.
If y'all really want to talk about it.
Yeah,
So-
we talked about it last night. I said, no, I'm not in. I woke up this morning, and I was like, what if?
This bitch.
Yeah, when hearing about it yesterday, I gave it thought, and I was like, no, that's against everything that I really wanted to do this week. Woke up this morning, and I was like, let's think about it some more. Corey comes in, makes like 4 really good points while he's making fucking butter noodles, and then we talk about it.
I ain't got to tell you what happened next.
Like, wait a fucking second. He comes back up here randomly with a huge bowl of noodles, and I go, give me the pros and cons again. And he's like, yes! And he puts his bowl down, he puts on his little pink hat, and he goes, here's what I see. And I say, okay.
It all comes down to Mimi could possibly win some comps moving forward, because Mimi has come close to winning some comps recently, but she hasn't won them yet. But she is a threat compared to Miss Felicia, who was bumbling and fumbling all over the ground in several competitions, losing balance, getting dizzy. They even had to like fan her to they almost had to resuscitate Miss Felicia. That's how bad it was. She was sweating, and who knows, Miss Felicia's pressure was probably up. So she is not really a physical threat, and we know how these games are designed in this house. They're designed for people with stamina, with muscles, with endurance to win these comps.
Booger.
And that's a shame on Big Brother that they have not changed it over the years, because the end result was always going to come down to Braun winning. Although last year, Taylor won? I totally forgot. You know, it's funny, when the seasons go away, I just lose all memory of it. I don't know how Taylor won that season. I just know that they hated on Taylor, and everybody thought Taylor was going to be this big star coming out the house. But, you know, that's a whole nother story. Let's get back.
I'm awfully sorry.
So, Mimi might be leaving, and Mimi and Corey had a conversation, and, you know, I guess she sensed that the vibe was off in the house, so they had this conversation, like, what's the deal? And Corey basically told her, like, what I just said, that they were weighing the pros and cons, and she's like, what? You know, because they think that you can win. And she's like, but I ain't won shit. Yeah, but you could. Yeah, so she's like, oh, okay. So basically later on in the night, they were just, studying. Everybody was studying. So it's like, y'all are dismissing Miss Felicia. But this next comp is not a physical comp. It's a memory comp. Mm-hmm. And everybody was studying. And Miss Felicia seemed to know some things. So hopefully, because I'm rooting for the underdog, which is the older woman in the house, that she could pull through. And she's the most entertaining in the house. I mean, some people say Cam's entertaining. He's not really that entertaining. Cam needs somebody to play off of.
Boring.
So I feel like they did well, but Jag, oh my God, Jag is a cure for insomnia and
Loser.
And I hate to be that one to call out that whole misogyny or misogynist thing because I hate labels. But Jag is the one who basically says women, the girls in the house, are bullies.
What are the other things to consider? Felicia cooks really well.
Yeah.
Mimi's really fun to hang out with.
Jag got a taste of that soul food, that southern cooking that Miss Felicia does in the house, and he's sold. But Jag, you just beware. Hopefully your day is coming soon. But it seems as though Blue is concerned that Corey, everybody's playing Corey's game, which may be true because Corey's the one who's always strategizing. None of these people really have too many thoughts. All they do is run and tell each other's business. Hence why I think a lot of people think Mimi has done nothing, has not played the game. But Mimi actually was playing an old school game of just holding your cards close to you. Whereas these people just tell everything. They tell everything and they tell it to everybody. And because there's not a huge alliance in the house, I feel like they can just go to everybody one-to-one. Whereas when there are like big alliances in the house, people keep things within the alliance.
All I know how to do is be honest. That's who I am.
Anyhow, are y'all happy that Miss Felicia might be staying, or do y'all want her to go? Every time I see Miss Felicia, she does something funny, and I am always here for the funny. So anyhow, like and subscribe, and drop a comment.